Okay, so this is Rob Coven on Steemit, and I am sitting next to Live Now and Wow on Steemit. And we've both been on the platform for how long?
A month.
So we haven't been on for a long time, but we're both enjoying it and we're both posting multiple posts and engaging with the community there.
Yes.
But let's just start by telling us a little bit about your successes, because you have actually made money, Live Now and Wow person.
I have, a little bit.
Yes.
I just posted my introduction post, but I've been on Steemit for a month, so I waited for a month just to really get to know the platform, interact with a lot of people. Like, I had 60 followers before I even posted my first real post, and that's because I engaged a lot with a lot of other Steemians.
Okay, that's interesting. So how many followers have you got, firstly?
I think I have 240 now.
And you did that by commenting first on other people's posts?
Yeah.
And following other people?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, I'll follow you if you follow me.
Yeah.
No, like I never ask for followers. I think that's one of the things you really need to.
Good point.
I mean, this is a thing to really keep in mind.
Yeah.
Like, don't beg for followers. That's just really lame.
Yeah.
If people really like what you do, they will follow you, and if they don't, they won't. Like, don't ask for it.
Yeah.
So I never did, and I don't follow people that ask me. But if I see someone that writes content that I really like I'll probably upvote it. I'll probably also comment on it, and that may start a conversation, and from that follows will probably come.
Yeah, it may start a conversation or it may not. They may not follow you. You don't mind. You're doing it because you want to leave a comment because you think that they wrote a good post. Exactly. Okay, so you've been doing a little bit of that, and then you started posting. You had a few followers. You started posting. And okay, now where are you at? How many blog posts have you written?
I think I've written about 10 to 15. I don't know the exact.
And how much money do you have in your wallet?
I just checked, and it's at $90 now.
$90.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have worked hard. You've put a lot of time in, but you've enjoyed the process of writing. But you've also made a little bit of money, which would suggest that the platform is working for you.
It is, but at the same time, like I have, and this is what I've also written in a lot of comments, like I find it very inspiring to read posts by Steemians that have been around for like a year, and they often share, like, oh, when I just start, like Green Delicious, for instance, she's right now doing really well. She posts recipes, beautiful photos. Like in her post, at the end, she always says, like, my very first post on Steam and my intro post only made, I think it was 21 cents. Right? And now she's doing really well. But why is that? Because like she kept working at it and eventually built a following. And that's a following that's not like, oh, like, please follow me and I'll follow you. Like that following, those followers will not engage with your content. You want followers that like what you post, so they start commenting, upvoting it, and really engage with you.
Yeah. And then when you release a new post, they're going to be seeing it in their feed and they're actually going to want to read it.
Yeah, so like I'm giving this example because this is also my strategy. So yes, I've made some money so far, but not a lot. I mean, I know people that have been around for a month and they made way more than we both did. I don't care about that, and this is what I recommend everyone who's just starting out. Like, don't focus on the money. Focus more on what can you give before think about what you can take. I mean, I think, and interestingly, that will actually lead to a lot more rewards in the long run than if you focus on getting money.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's true of all internet businesses. I think if you focus first on providing value, strive to make a good product, and that is your product, your persona on Steemit is your product. So people want to buy in by following you and upvoting you and whatever. So that's definitely the case. Have you got any other pieces of advice?
Yeah, well, what I think everyone should understand when they first start out is that you start at the very bottom, and you can get dollar signs in your eyes when you look at some of the posts that are doing really well. Like, wow, like, and not all those posts are really good.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at this post like, man, I can do this.
It's a picture of a hotel room, maybe.
Yeah, or I mean, I was just like, oh, I went to this restaurant and look at these like 10 unedited like photos.
Photos of the plates.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
and how much would that get? And maybe they made.
Those posts can make a couple $100, but like if you look closer, like those people have been working at it. Like they can have thousands of followers, and they've been posting consistently and engaging consistently over a long period of time, right? So like if you're just new to the platform. And it can be discouraging when you think you post something really good, and it probably is really good, but it makes no money. It gets no traction. It gets no views even. I wouldn't get disheartened by that. Like most of my posts did not make any money. I just posted my introduction post, and I put a lot of thought in that, and I really went out of my way to do something original. And that one got traction. Like it made over $100, and it's still going. But most of my other posts did nothing, and it's frustrating. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I wish all my posts did really well, but at the same time, I realized that I'm in it for the long run. And the way I see it is like, and again, I just mentioned Green Delicious. Like a year ago, she made 21 cents on her first post, and now her post did well. And the same goes for a number of other well-established Steemians. If we keep building, 1 year from now, we may also. Have a bigger following, and our posts will make more money. Don't focus on the money right now. Like I think everyone who first comes to Steemit was attracted by the prospect of sharing content and get rewards in exchange, and that is the potential. But it takes time, and until you get to that point, like if that is your drive, you're gonna get disheartened. You probably like a friend of mine. She came to the Steemit and she posted a couple times. She posted no money. Now she's gone. Yeah. And it's because she doesn't bring the right mindset. Like she comes to take and not to give. Yeah. So I'm just focusing on giving, like engaging with a lot of other Steemians, trying to write really good posts, and I just take the whole like money aspect out of it. I'm just trying to have a lot of fun and really get to know the platform, really get to know what works. Yeah, I think it's really good to also see what people that are successful do. You can learn a lot from like how they structure their posts, how they create the titles, how they engage with the following.
You mentioned having a lot of fun. I'll tell you something that I've noticed you do that I haven't got round to, and that's GIFs.
Yes.
Or animated GIFs, I should say. GIFs that move. You're very good at that. But you mentioned titles as well. I'll tell you, another thing you're very good at is short paragraphs. Steemit is short paragraph city.
Yes.
They tend to work. Your eyes. It's the same with a blog post, but it's even more on Steemit. You're right. It's almost like sign language. You know, your eye skims down the post very quickly, and people tend to comment on images and GIFs more than anything else. So what's your take on that? Composing a post or even a comment?
Well, when I first started out, I was mostly leaving comments on other people's posts, and I was like, what is a way to get noticed? It's by adding a visual. I just personally really like GIFs. I'm not saying everyone should use GIFs, but I just love using GIFs.
He's good at GIFs.
Yeah, so like I try to find a GIF that matches what I'm saying in my comment, right?
Yeah. And where do you go to find them?
Giphy.com.
Giphy.com.
Yeah.
GIPHY.com. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest.
Yeah. And you just get a URL from there and slap it in the comment.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Same as if you post an image.
Okay.
Yes, I do that because like that, especially if there's like a long trail of comments,
your one sticks out.
Mine will. I mean, like, you will notice it, right? So hopefully the author notices as well, and then that can start a conversation. Yeah. So that was my original thought, but I also just added because I don't know, I just like visuals.
I've got another question. Actually, it might come from that because this is going to sound a little bit crawly, but a little bit funny. But you did get an upvote from someone who might be considered a whale. So we'll just briefly say that everyone on Steemit has a reputation score, is it?
Yes.
Out of 100. I'm on about 44, you're on about
52 now.
52. And that goes up quite quick. I think you're about 25 when you start or something like that.
25 when you start.
You can go down, of course, if you really post a lot of dodgy content. But anyway, but if somebody with a high reputation score upvotes your post, it's counted more than if somebody who just joined the platform upvoted your post. And I believe you got an upvote from someone with a high reputation on your introductory post.
Yes.
Maybe you got to know him through one of your gifts in your comments.
But what I think may have happened is and this is actually something I encourage everyone to do as well. Like when you're just new, a really good way to get started to learn a game is participate in contests. So there are all kinds of photography contests, and that way you can get noticed, especially if you have a really nice photo. Like lots of different contests. And one thing, maybe it's not a contest, but it's more a game. Something that I participated a lot in is the Steam Poker League. I used to play poker online. I haven't done much anymore, but there are Steam dollar free rolls. So I thought, that's a good way to get started and earn my first Steam dollars. And it's also a lot of fun. We have our own Discord channel, and it's hosted, I suppose, by Tuck Verman, if I pronounce it correctly. So, when a couple of weeks ago, I was in the chat box and I asked him, I know we're not sharing our posts here, but I will share my introduction post soon, and I think it may be nice for everyone. We're sitting on the tables with each other, but maybe we don't know each other, right? So maybe I can share this post here, and so it will be a nice way for other players to get to know me. But I asked him in advance for permission, and he said, sure, you can post it in the poker promotion channel. So a couple of weeks later, I did. And he was one of the first people to vote. And from what I can tell, his upvote can be valuable. So maybe that was...
Yeah.
But that shows, in the beginning I was engaging. Right? I didn't ask him for a vote, and again, I'm not sure if the people came from him, but if it did, it shows that if you engage and you don't ask for something, you may get something in return anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and you mentioned Discord there. Discord is a group messaging app that is quite important to Steemit because I use it for the PAL channel, Peace, Abundance, Liberty. I think that sounds
from the Minnows support project.
It's from the Minnows support project, and that is a good way to get sort of interest and upvotes for your posts when you're first starting out. Yeah. But you're talking about a different channel altogether, and that would only be relevant for you if you were very good at poker, which I should imagine not everyone. I'm certainly not.
I wouldn't say I'm that good.
Well,
you can always get lucky.
You used to do it online.
But I stopped. So.
I'm not playing you at poker. That's what I'm just saying. That
sure.
Just saying. Okay, so that we got through a few points there. Is there anything else you'd like to say about a piece of advice about posting or commenting or anything about Steemit?
Well, we've already touched on it, but I would just say focus on having fun. Take out the whole money aspect. Yeah. Don't focus on rewards. Focus on what you can contribute. And I have no doubt that it will result in rewards at some point down the road.
Yeah.
But don't take that whole thing out. And I find it's very detaching from that is very liberating.
Yeah. It is. It is. When you don't think about money, it is very liberating.
Yes.
Because money it's not important.
Yeah.
And that brings us nicely, you're having fun on Steemit, that brings us nicely into the question of, at Live Now and Wow, what do you post about? And because maybe there's someone listening who'd like to follow you.
Sure. Well, I just started out, so I've started with 2 series. Travel Now and Wow, and Yummy Now and Wow. These are the niches I'm focusing on right now. I'll probably expand because there's so many different things I'm interested in and I like to write about. But for now, I write mostly about travel and about food.
Travel and food, and the two things together. In that, you talk about Thai food and Vietnamese food.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely overlap between some of my posts.
Yeah, and Dutch food. I don't know. Maybe you talk about that.
There's not that much Dutch food that I would recommend.
I'm sure there's some good cheese.
Some deep fried snacks and
cheese. Yeah. Okay, so if you're interested in travel and food, who isn't interested in either one or both of those, then follow Live Now and Wow. But for now, I'm going to leave it. My name's Rob Coven on Steemit, And thank you very much for listening. We'll see you in the next video. So it looks like I'm 10 times bigger than you. Why do I look bigger than you?
It's because you go to the gym more than me. I did yoga this morning for the first time in a while.
Well done.
Holy fuck, I was in so much pain. I was so stiff.
You're okay, are you?
I am now.
It's grounded.
Yeah.
I am Rob Coven on Steemit.
Wait, what do I do?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good point. Look there. You see that thing there? But we'll be looking at each other.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly looking at the
Yeah,
camera,
yeah,
right? Sure. We'll just have a conversation.
Yeah.